When will you be done? I want to be done. You guys piss me off. Yeah. Russian. Hello everyone and welcome back to Ala Nation. My name is Kate. Now, still on the topic on China, today I want to educate you on the do's and don'ts that you should have in mind when coming to China or dealing with Chinese people. Let's start with the do's. Number one, please do not, sorry about that, we're on the do's. So Chinese people love flattery. You have to flatter them here and there, and you need to be very smart about it. I remember recently we were laughing about it with my friend. It could be very small things, like they will ask you like, oh, how much do you think I bought this sweater? So it's your job to quote high so that they can quote lower, so that they look smart and still achieve the things in a lower price. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can say, oh, that looks like it cost €1,000. They'll be like, no, try again. Then you keep quoting high, take it low. Bottom line, let them know that it looks expensive, but and they still have taste. So yeah, you have to be smart about it. This gives them something called face. There's a lot about saving face. Don't ever make them feel uncomfortable, because if their face drops, means they're ashamed. So always do it with sincerity, so then again they don't lose face. You know what I mean? Yeah. Number two is, if they compliment you, receive the compliment with humility. Say things like, not at all. It was nothing. Yeah. So you need to keep that in mind, and you will live happily ever after in China. Number three, make an effort to have a harmonious and balanced discussion. Don't be too extreme. Don't question too much. Try to agree, and if you disagree, try to be very soft in making them see your point of view. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, now this brings me to the other point. Be patient during conversations, because they take time to communicate their points. Chinese people can take a longer time. And I know I am not the one to be telling people to be patient, because sometimes I'm like, when will you be done? I want to be done. You guys piss me off. Yeah. Rushing them or being impatient makes them uncomfortable, and they might stop talking to you for a while. So yeah, just keep that in mind. They can go around the bush without getting straight to the point. Then, if they give you this is the other point now. If they give you a vague response to a question, please ask in several ways, because like I said, they're not direct. So it's your job to dig out the answers from them. Okay? You go hunting for the answers until you understand correctly, because you might end up flying to Australia when all they meant that an email is coming from Australia. Okay? No, I'm being serious. That's a possible scenario here in China. And then etiquette, please. I know in some cultures you don't show etiquette to older people, but here it's expected. If you're in a public transport, you have to stand up if you see an older woman and let them sit. I mean, I grew up like that, so that's not a big deal for me. But I know people from the Western countries are like, why? But yeah, and maybe one day I will do a video about Chinese etiquette. Guys, forgive me. I've had this cough for a while, and I don't know. I think I have long COVID. I've had it for 2 months. Now let's do the don'ts. Number 1, avoid boasting or mentioning your qualifications or impressive achievements. Completely do not talk about that at all. And I think this is in every culture. Don't let your work talk for yourself. Then do not provoke discussions about political status in Taiwan or Tibet. Please, the relations between those two regions are... So please, stay away from politics. If you don't want to offend your Chinese friends, please do not. Because you don't know what they think. And then also avoid filling in silence during conversations, because they can feel intimidated, or I don't know, if they're silent, just be silent. That's it. And then now this brings me back to the compliments. You need to avoid directly criticizing them or pointing out their mistakes. Because now, like I say, they will lose face. And we don't want that happening, because it takes a while for them to recover. And even if they recover, they don't think you're a good person. I know this losing face thing literally means that you should not tell me the truth about myself. I really don't like that culture. It's your responsibility to be self-aware. But yeah, that's the culture as well, so you need to adapt to things as they are. And then, now this brings me back to the other thing I was talking about, politics of Taiwan and Tibetan. Same way, avoid making similarities between China and Japan. Okay? Because some people, but you guys look alike. You have the same alphabet. Leave it, okay? Because they're different societies, and making these blanket assumptions makes you look so uninformed, ignorant, and even insulting. You know, it's just, they are from East Asia, but please, they are not a homogeneous culture. They're very different. And then it doesn't matter how close you are with a Chinese person, or even how many times you've had the person criticize China. Don't do it. The same way with other countries. The same way you don't want someone criticizing your own country, but you criticize it all the time. That's the same way. Just stay away, because some of them will openly criticize the environmental problems, social problems. They will even sometimes talk about their government. But please, keep your negative opinions to yourself. Yeah. Most Chinese people are very patriotic. They're very proud of their country's history and their achievements, and they don't take it lightly when they're criticized, because already they know that the world looks at them in this type of way, with a side eye. So don't make them feel worse. Yeah, that's all I could think about the do's and don'ts in China. Let me know if you have anything else to add. Again, as I always say, I do not have all the information. I just give you information based on what I see on my day-to-day life. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, doo-doo!